And hey, here we are, live in concert. It's a Friday. This is Boles TV. It's BOLES.television. BOLES.tv, Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, high noon Eastern. Whew. Well, it's hot in New York City, I tell you that right now. They say it's going to be 70 on Sunday. And right now it is 60 degrees. But where I am, 75 degrees. And I'm a little hot. The lights are very hot, bright. They're LEDs, but they're hot. Or I'm feeling hot. Or maybe it's my monitor that's hot. My computers. I don't know. It's so interesting how everything just kind of either falls apart or falls in place. I guess it all depends on your point of view. When you're ready to click that button to go live, and then something pops up, and you think, oh, now that's interesting. Now that we need to take care of before we start. So we're starting. Now, just because we have to say it, because we're wearing our shirt on Friday, we're trying to support the team. Nebraska plays tomorrow, and they're playing Minnesota. And Minnesota has a good team, and Nebraska does not have a good team this year. And Nebraska's not had a good team for probably 15 years. And then next week, the Huskers play Wisconsin, very good team. And the week after that, they play Iowa, another very good team. And then they're done. I don't think they're going to a bowl game this year. But they're going to have a year. Oh, there's Mr. Gordon. Nevertheless, we say go Huskers. Or how would you say it? We say go Big Red. Honestly, Nebraska's not, which is now part of my Twitter profile. Nobody will get the joke unless they're from Nebraska or they watch the show. Falsely accused and banned on Instagram and DLive. What naked earth we have this night. Boles TV. Honestly, it's not for everyone. High noon Eastern. So stupid. But these are some interesting images that we're now using. Now, these images worked. A young child watching a television, and the television watches the young child back. These are not NFTs. But surprisingly effective. And if we go to the Jana Marie, oh, there we are live. And if we go to the Jana Marie profile, she's somewhere around here. Maybe we can just switch to her profile. Oh, that's even better. And here's the profile that we updated this morning with these interesting looking bits of art with the Boles TV logo. And then here is her new, that she probably doesn't know about yet, profile pic, which is also her new profile pic on Discord. So a lot of fun. And why this is interesting is because this morning I was rolling, as they say. Not a joint, I'm not hot box. I was rolling new images. And sometimes you just roll to see what will happen. And sometimes you're surprised. And sometimes you waste 45 minutes and you get absolutely nothing. So, as I believe in scientific research, when you have an idea, most scientific ideas are only published if they're successful. We thought the sky was blue, we proved it. And you might have someone across the street saying, we think the sky is green, and we did all these things and we couldn't prove it. The scientific community will not publish the failure of the green because it's not science. It didn't turn out to be correct. But they should. So I have shared many successes with you of my AI art. And we're going to get an eyeful of terrible failures this morning. And they have to do with the success, shall we say, I feel, of this light, a child watching television, then the television watching back, trying to put a little flip on it, like with a caveman watching television and the television watches him back. Didn't work. Couldn't make it work. Then I decided to get a little funny. And the 1883 Krakatoa explosion. And instead of, lava, the lava are kittens. Right? Now, it could be tragic or it could be hilariously funny. And I'm afraid it wasn't either one of those. I'll show you later what I did. I don't know why I did. Hey, back to the Nebraska game. The Huskers go Big Red, lost their, I don't want to say star quarterback, but like the only quarterback they have who's not that good. Hurt his hand, so they're going to play two quarterbacks tomorrow. It's going to be terrible because one of them always fumbles and is very slow, and he used to be the number 5 ranked quarterback in the nation, and then he comes to Nebraska and he can't even throw a ball. And some other kid. It's going to be painful, I think. But we try to keep the faith. You're a fan of the university and not of individual players or a certain team. You are a fan of the university. What else is going on in the Twit game? Elon Musk. Keith Olbermann made a great joke. He said this whole Twitter thing has now become blackmail. And he's right. Because people have had these check marks, these verified things, for a long time. And they've been tweeting under them. So Keith Olbermann said this morning, look, if I don't want to pay him $8 for my check mark, he's blackmailing me, saying, if you don't pay me $8, I'm going to take $8 from a guy over there who says he's Keith Olbermann. And I don't care if he is or not, because he says he is, and he has $8. I'm going to give him your verified blue check mark. That's his plan. And I am lowly, but not in the same situation, but I'm sort of thinking of it too, thinking, there are about 7 David Boleses around here. And David Boles is my brand name. It's not my birth name, but it's the name that I use. So it really doesn't have any connection to me other than being a brand. And there's a lawyer, very successful lawyer in England. There's some guy in Canada. There's one guy that's near me who has the exact same name as. So one of those can come in there and take my verified blue Twitter name. If, I guess, I don't pay Elon Musk $8 to keep my name. And then Keith Olbermann finishes and said, look, he doesn't care about me. But when he tries that with Taylor Swift, and she's not going to pay him $8, and somebody's going to go on there and impersonate Taylor Swift and be Taylor Swift and get all of her followers, then he's going to be sued for another $1 billion by Taylor Swift. Like that. So what is Elon saying this morning? This is what made me slightly late today, because I thought, well, wait a minute. Oh, so this is what Elon says. Twitter has had a massive drop in revenue due to activist groups pressuring advertisers, even though nothing has changed with content moderation. I thought he fired half of his people today. And we did everything we could to appease the activists. Extremely messed up. They're trying to destroy free speech in America. Now, did Donald Trump write this, or did Elon Musk? Oh, it's Elon Musk. What do you know? So here, the first response is from Keith Olbermann, who attacked Elon for 20 minutes this morning. It was delicious. Keith says, listen to something other than the voices in your head. People are bailing out. Users across the political spectrum are reporting shrinking follower counts. Marketing groups that don't listen to anything but money are gone. And you posted a conspiracy theory, which he did do. And Gordon says free speech equals freedom from consequences, as they say. Oh, yes, it's going to be a very interesting month or two. And I really hope that Elon's going to say, look, you have 90 days to decide if you're going to keep your verified badge or we're going to take it away from you. Because I would like to see what happens over those 90 days. And I was paying for Twitter Blue. $3 a month. Then this month it was supposed to go up to $6 a month. And I decided I don't want it anymore because they're taking all the good features out of it. But now I might be forced, by circumstance and blackmail, to resubscribe. I don't know what's going to happen. Gordon said, I meant it's not equal to it. The exclamation mark before the equal sign is meant to convey not. Okay. You know I can't see. And an exclamation mark right next to an equal sign is very difficult to see. And then Keith goes on saying, you're not the victim. You're the perpetrator. They're not trying to stifle free speech. They're trying to get away from an S-word businessman who's in over his head. Him to have his verified blue check pulled. Now, I would click on this to show replies, but there are a lot of nasty people who say terrible, terrible things to Keith Olbermann that you would never say to his face, you would never say to him on the street, you would never say to a stranger on a train. But here, using their mumbo-jumbo name, that is not their real name, they think they can just go and say the nastiest things to these people. Brooklyn Dad, also a wonderful, wonderful account to follow, says, maybe you need to apologize publicly for posting that vile conspiracy theory about the Pelosi's, Elon posted, instead of just deleting it and not addressing it. You're a huge figure in the public eye, and like it or not, when you do stuff like that, it matters. Stop trying to shift blame elsewhere. Own it. Gordon says, oh, it's hard to see when I'm wearing white. It's amazing what people will say when they're hiding behind an anonymous mask online. Exactly. Another person says he's too much of a bully and coward to apologize. I thought the whole idea of Elon saying everyone should be verified is he was going to verify them and say this is actually who these people are. Now, that's a wonderful thing, but if he's just going to let anybody pretend to be somebody as long as they have $8, it's insane. Keith Olbermann said by next May, Twitter's going to have 400 people left, and no one's going to be staying. It'll be very interesting. Oh, Keith Olbermann says also, being attacked by both and right, left, Elon Musk says, is a good sign. This is from 48 minutes ago. Oh, and Keith didn't even respond. I guess his response to Elon is his own tweet. From the beginning of November. Oh, it's so funny. And then Duty to Warn, which is another one of my favorite accounts. First off, Elon, you reactivated Kanye West. So you cannot make that the first claim. Second, advertisers might listen to activists to hear them out, but they make their own decisions. Why don't you stop amusing yourself with these anti-liberal dopamine rushes and speak to the people straight? And by the way, in the past few minutes alone, I've seen at least a dozen comments like mine, all of them intelligent and within Twitter guidelines. But they get repressed and are hidden. The only comment you saw fit to leave says, F libtards. This is your take on free speech? Oh, I guess Elon's deleting messages again from other people. That's not a good thing. That's going to be a very dangerous thing. But here's my favorite response. Empty wheel. Marcy Wheeler again. She calls him Elmo, already blaming activists for his own conspiracy theory. And then I love that she types over these, and she does this with Trump too, types over them saying, this is what I'm talking about, but don't, actually click on it because it's vicious, and by replying to it, I'm spreading his vileness. And then she goes on, because she always makes her own little thread. Next up, Elmo will say the Twitter Blue will have to cost $10 because of ad cancellations that stem directly from his own actions. She continues, remember that the same rules about virality and narcissists that work with Trump also work with Elmo. One thing he's trying to do is bait you to respond to him directly. So his right-wing fanboys, and they do, believe his BS claim that you're the one responsible for Twitter's failures. Hoo-hoo-hoo. She continues, one more thing that's got to be driving Elmo nuts is we know, he got his backside handed to him in the Twitter purchase. Turns out journalists and PTA moms aren't as easy to con as venture capitalists. It must be difficult for him knowing that, people think that Twitter's maybe worth 15 billion and he paid 44. It doesn't make him look very bright. Elmo's even starting to phrase and structure his tweets like the former guy. That's what I thought. Reading those Elon Musk tweets, it sounds exactly the same cadence and rhythm and insanity of Donald Trump. And for a second, I thought he had Trump back on to writing his tweets for him. That is so weird. So, we had a little issue that we talked about yesterday that I'll briefly address today that has to do with minting NFTs on OpenSea. And we made a little highlight video as we tried to mint one together. I sent it to OpenSea tech support. I put it all over my Twitter feed and my Facebook feed. And I got a response I sent that to OpenSea, from Darlene at OpenSea support saying, hey, I know you're upset that you can't, mint NFTs. And the tech people are working on it, but there's no update. I checked. And there's no ETA on if it will be fixed. And I replied and said, hey, thanks so much. But did anybody in tech support look at the video? Because I made a special link for them, so I'll know if they'll watch. Because I know they didn't. And I know they didn't, and they won't. Because they don't really care. And then I said, hey, also, by the way, I found a way to mint on Rarible, Rarible. And I'm going to mint something with you on this show and show you how fast and seamless and delicious it is. So just letting you know, Darlene, thank you. We'll see if she replies. She only replies once a day. Like clockwork. Almost at exactly the same time every day she replies, telling me nothing for 5 days now. And it's interesting that OpenSea has 600,000 users, and I believe Rarible has 4,000. So there may be a reason why Rarible is so fast. But I was looking, last week when all this NFT minting problem started, I was looking for other places to go and mint. And I couldn't, there's no origin, there's super rare, but you have to apply, and then they have to approve you, and it's like, oh, come on. Then there was another one that I've seen other people use, Sabet and Soul Curry Art. I don't think they use them anymore. That wouldn't read my wallet. And so I emailed them and said, I need a little bit of help because I'd like to, mint on your platform. And they said, change your browser. I said, okay, I did. Same problem. It won't read my wallet. There's something going on. I don't know what it could be. That was their response. They absolutely did not care. And here's our promo on screen right now. Hey, check out NFT art sale. Meow. I'm going to have to change that. Add it to, by the way, also, I got to write that down. Look for us on Rarible. Because it's good to be both places. And most of these NFT artist people are everywhere. Like they put their best stuff on Super Rare, like the $10,000 stuff on Super Rare, and then on Known Origin. They put their $5,000 stuff, their cheapo stuff they put on OpenSea because the big names really don't like OpenSea for some reason. Maybe because they can't mint. I don't know. So it's going to be an interesting process of trying to figure out how and when to mint. And when I connected my wallet to Rarible, unlike OpenSea, which hides all the junk that gets aired, they let it all out there. So, like for 15 minutes, I'm going through, luckily, my Rarible collection and saying, hide this, hide this, hide this, hide this, hide this. And you can't stop people from just sending you junk. It's a very weird process. And then you try to burn it, and then you can't burn it. So, but Rarible had a procedure that said you can burn this, and I tried to burn it, and they said you can't do that. Maybe I have to give them money or something to burn, which is fine if they make it an easy process to burn to get rid of stuff I don't want. So we're going to take our next step in investigating what's going on with NFTs and Rarible when I tell you my story that has to do with Midjourney that actually led me to Rarible. And all that's coming up. So next, drowning. Drowning on the open sea. Aye, mateys, we're just getting started. Returning in a moment. Okay, we are back from break. I'm trying to find something, but I'm not having any success finding it. So why leave you hanging while I'm sitting here being frustrated? I can at least talk to you about what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find a prompt for this AI stuff where there's actually a list of that I'm not finding. Where is it? I don't know if it's all the way over there. It might be. We'll do this so I can move without looking stupid. But I'll leave the microphone on. Oh, I found it. Just where I thought it was. Fabulous. Yes. I hope they didn't take this down because this is, I don't want to say incriminating evidence, but it's going to bring us right into what we're going to talk about next. So let's see. How do I begin this next segment? It has to be told in the right order. It's not going to make sense. Do I start with myself or do I start with the woman that it's about? I will start with, let's see, my story. Where's my Discord server? Oh, this is getting complicated already. Boy, authorize. This is not what I was hoping for, but okay. That's what I was hoping for. That is the server that I need. That is the story. This is the story. Okay. Okay. So here's where we get interesting. I do have to start with the woman. Here's where we get interesting. AI uses what has come before to help train the engine. So you go and you look at Van Gogh art, and these bots and AI go and study all of Van Gogh's stuff and make copies of it and then become inspired to create something along the lines of something that is Van Gogh-ish looking. So it's not a Van Gogh, it's not copying, it's inspiration. And here's an article from about a woman that I just discovered this morning. An illustrator discovers her art was used to train an AI art generator, and she's very upset about it. Los Angeles artist and character designer Holly Mengert found out that someone used her online portfolio to train an AI text-to-art model. The AI art looks a lot like Menger's work, at least at first glance. Four of Holly's illustrations used to train AI model left and samples output on the right. Left is hers, the output is on the right. Now, to me, this looks very Disney with the big eyes, the angle of the body, the hair. So I support artists and writers. I have lived through the early Wild West days of the internet where people would just copy and paste articles that we wrote and put them on their website to sell advertising. I don't support that, but I understand it. Now, when it comes to something like art and inspiration, there's a difference between stealing and copying and republishing. These bots are not copying and reproducing exact copies. They are taking inspiration from the artist. Just like I would wager this artist has influences in her life. Maybe she was an early fan of Disney movies, and maybe that inspiration in her own head transformed into something that looks, to an outside observer who doesn't know anything about Disney, Disney-ish. So she can be upset about that, But it's not like the bot didn't give her credit, because the bot did give her credit. And the bots do that. Midjourney is the bot that I'm currently using a lot of, and this is what I had to find. This, I feel like Joseph McCarthy. Piles and piles. This is like a guide. I've never used it, but I printed it out because I thought it was interesting. Of artists that have inspired the Midjourney bot. And you can invoke them in your art. You can say, you start a prompt with "in the style of Van Gogh," and then meow, 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 whatever you want the rest of your art to look like. And the bot will go, oh, that wants a Van Gogh look. Not a copy. Go out there, find it, transmorph it into something intelligent artificially, and present it as a finished product. And these are artists, and I don't even really know a lot of them because they're sort of modern. Chloe Early, Pierre Keller. So these, I guess, are modern artists who are alive. I don't know if they've agreed to be in it or not, but they're getting credit for it. And you can go back in time. You can be inspired by Ansel Adams or other photographers or other sculptors. And I think that's perfectly okay. But this article is trying to make it, oh, they're stealing our inspiration. Well, as I've argued on this live stream before, all art is copied from somewhere. We all go back to the cave wall and the scratching in the dirt. Because art starts here and moves in a direct line. I saw this, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this. This artist was inspired by these people, but not by these people. So when you're a modern artist over here, you have all these other inspirations that you may not even be aware of. And that upsets these artists a lot because they think they're totally and completely original. And often they are not. So that sets the stage for my next conversation. This is the Disney art that I was telling you about, that Holly Mengert is on the left and the AI inspired by her art is on the right. It looks similar, not a direct copy. I think her stuff looks more Disney-like than the copies, than the AI copies. So as we experiment with artificial art, artificial intelligence, and these bots, we are redirected into reconsidering how we find our way. And one of my most interesting attempts, I think, at this art was to try to get an Al Hirschfeld caricature. Now, Al Hirschfeld did a lot of caricatures, especially on Broadway. If you were at a Broadway show and you were alive, Al Hirschfeld would draw you, usually for the New York Times. And he had a beautiful daughter named Nina. He has a theater named after him in New York City. I went to school with a guy, rich family, who for his graduation present had Al Hirschfeld draw a caricature of him. And he carried around a photograph of the, hey, that was a lot of money. I think it was 30 years ago. I think it was $30,000 to have Al Hirschfeld draw you as a caricature. And in many of his drawings, he would add N-I-N-A in a flourish, N-I-N-A, and hide them in hair and hide them. And then he would put a number on the caricature, like number 3, 4, some even had 7. And those are how many Ninas were hidden in the Hirschfeld caricature. Sometimes you could find them, sometimes you couldn't, but it was always fun when a new Hirschfeld drawing came out to sit with your friends and try to see who could find all the Ninas first. So he was the king of caricatures. He has a very wide body of work online, drew himself. So I thought, hey, Midjourney bot, last week, why don't we sit together and see if we can create a caricature based on an Al Hirschfeld style. It did not go well. What the bot did is gave me back a cartoon drawing of Al Hirschfeld. But not even an Al Hirschfeld drawing of Al Hirschfeld, but a strange caricature of a young Al Hirschfeld. And there was nothing I could do to get the bot to stop it. It just kept giving me roll after roll after roll. Al Hirschfeld with a beard, with a mustache, with thinning hair, with a full head of hair. So then I used one of you can use an image, a pre-existing photograph, image, whatever, to inspire the bot. So I thought, okay, for the first time ever, first and last time, I'll use a photograph of me to see if I can get an Al Hirschfeld caricature out of Midjourney. And I was not successful. I got back something that didn't look like me at all, but still looked like Al Hirschfeld in a caricature. So then I thought, maybe I can get even smarter and lead out my photograph, just say Al Hirschfeld style caricature of Brad Pitt. It ran that, and it came back looking slightly like Brad Pitt, but with Al Hirschfeld's hair, mustache, and beard. So I sort of gave up, and then I thought, well, I'll go on the Discord server with all the pro users of Midjourney and see if I can get a prompt recommendation for what would be a better thing to do. And I said, is the bot trainable, where I could, point the bot to, let's say, this page of Al Hirschfeld cartoons and say, take this in, become it, and this is Al Hirschfeld drawing himself. It's very funny, right? That's what I got back. And a person said, well, it's not yet, but eventually you will be able to do that. You'll be able to say, look, this is a style I want to use. Gordon says that's fantastic. He's a wonderful caricaturist. I wish I had $30,000 to have Al Hirschfeld draw me before he died. Oh, to Beatles, Abbey Road by Al Hirschfeld, in stock. And so the person said, no, you can't train the bot yet, but maybe one day. So I thought, oh, okay. So that was like a week ago. And then last night, as I was preparing to pass out after a long day, I got a notification from Discord that this guy had answered me. And I was sort of excited. I thought, oh, maybe he's... Gordon says, when I was in grade school, a teacher showed me how he hid his daughters in his drawings. And I spent many years looking for that name and finding it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And he doesn't really make it very hard. Usually the place that he hides it is in the hair. Sometimes it's small. Hey, it's Donna. Hi, Donna. Thank you for being here. We hope you're okay. So this guy, and then he posts examples of his artwork. And at first I was like blown away, and another person was blown away. I'll show it to you in a minute. And then I thought, well, this really isn't Al Hirschfeld. And somebody told him that before I could this morning. And then I thought, okay, what's going on? Because one of them is Brad Pitt. And then you click on his username and you go to his NFT minting site, which just happens to be Rarible. And we'll do all of that in a minute. And you see, oh, all those caricatures that he just showed to me are for sale on his NFT website. So, little disingenuous, yes. Very talented AI artist who knows how to get Midjourney to do his bidding, without question. Kevin, now, come on now. Is that Midjourney? I think it's supposed to be because it's on the Midjourney Discord server. But I've never seen anybody get this kind of result from a Midjourney text prompt. Or even a DALL-E text prompt. It's just a little too perfect. This, of course, is Morgan Freeman. It's definitely a caricature. This, I don't know who this is. Is it delightfully drawn? Yes. Did he draw it himself? I don't know. And here's why I think he posted it, because this is his caricature of Brad Pitt. Now, you saw the line drawings, Al Hirschfeld. This is not an Al Hirschfeld caricature. If you had looked for 1 second on the internet for Al Hirschfeld caricature, you would know that none of these are that. So is it a guy, connecting himself to my question? Maybe. So he says, and this is a regular guy, he helps a lot of people. Here are a few I rattled off. What do you think? When I'm talking about my Al Hirschfeld prompt. And then somebody says, woo woo, what style is this? No answer. So it makes you wonder, what's the style? What prompt did you use? And that's sort of, you're not allowed to ask that question, right? Prompts are sacred. And then a person called Art Part TV replies, for me, thank you. My sunshine, thank you. They're fine, but they have nothing to do with Al Hirschfeld or his unique style. And then posts an example of Al Hirschfeld and his unique style. So is that a person that's, someone's looking for a caricature. So I'll pretend I'm answering his question, but I'll just promote myself. That's sort of what it feels like now. So that was Art Part TV in the 1,000 Club. And here's the person who, initially was saying they were helping us, Kevin. And here's his background. He's a member of the 10,000 Image Club. I think I have 5,000 now. He has 10. A lot of people have 25,000 images they've rolled. He's an old guy. And there is Kevin, his Rarible link, which I clicked on, which then for me became super, super, super valuable because it solved my OpenSea problem. So did he help me? Yes. Did he help me in the way that he was pretending to help me? No. And here you go. Here are Kevin's caricatures. Pre-existing, Britney Spears, Morgan Freeman, Barack, Kev, Taylor. Oh, very cute. Caricature, was this done with? This caricature is one-of-a-kind, high-quality, AI-generated NFT artwork. Well, then Kevin is very super talented because this does not look AI-generated at all. I don't know if he's using Midjourney, but I've never seen anything that looks close to that on Midjourney. Process is going to do a high quality photo, realistic cartoon style and images. NFT is 101, 100% unique, original, sole ownership, transferring to the buyer. And it does, it was minted, which is very interesting. But it's definitely beautiful. Gordon asks, I'm curious, if you tell your AI bot to draw Taylor Swift in the style of Al Hirschfeld, what would it do? DAL-E says that it violates its content policy. Well, that's interesting. Well, now I've been given a challenge. And I'm going to address that challenge when I return in a moment. So let me remind myself what we're going to be talking about. Yes, DAL-E that's interesting. We're going to have to talk about DAL-E first, and then we will get into it, and we'll see what Midjourney says. Now, Midjourney does have weird rules, like you can't use the word blood or murder or naked or anything having to do with boobies, because it will say you're in violation. And if you get in violation 3 times in a row, then the bot times you out. So there are content policies in place, but I don't think they can do that they would block the Taylor Swift thing, as far as I know. Fabulous. Yay, that'll be a fun little project. When we return in a moment. And we are back. Hey, here on Boles TV, it's BOLES.tv, BOLES.television. And hey, our new, what is it? The YouTube Google handle is now live. And that used to be a big thing, having your own special URL for YouTube. And so they're adding handles. You can go to youtube.com/BolesBlues. Now they've added it. You can go to youtube.com with your handle /@Boles TV, BOLES TV. That'll take you there too. So that's interesting. And they say that your previous addresses like Boles Blues will not change. So you're not breaking any links. You're just adding another one, which is easier to remember, which is more fun. So we were talking about AI and inspiration, and I know DALL-E is OpenAI, big leader in text to text, AI text to written text, to text examples of image prompts into images. And DALL-E is what we started with on our journey of figuring it out. And DALL-E has now opened up its API, which Midjourney does not yet have, to other services. So you can now use DALL-E elsewhere. You can create your own app, your own AI app using DALL-E. Now, there is a difference where DALL-E is more restrictive in what you can use in a prompt, which I'm not sure why, but they are. Midjourney's a little more open when it comes to the business point of view. Both DALL-E and Midjourney say you create the art. It 100% belongs to you. You can sell it. You can use it on a website. You can make an NFT, make a cartoon out of it. Whatever you do because you've paid for it through a credit or through billing is yours. However, if you get in trouble for copying a Disney princess or looking exactly like Taylor Swift, and you're selling it, that responsibility is on you, because we are not going to be part of being sued by anyone for what you create on our service. That's all very fair. I prefer that than them, having a list of blacklisted words or celebrities that you can't use as an inspiration for an NFT because they are scared of getting sued. Now, Midjourney, I guess the big thing is they don't want blood and guts and they don't want any kind of sex. Because I guess from what I understand, a lot of young people use these AI bots and they're trying to create their sexual fantasies. Bare breasts are never allowed. They won't even draw them. Some people try to get around that cleverly, but they get cut off very quickly. So before the break, Gordon said, what if, let me find it, if we told your AI bot to draw Taylor Swift in the style of Al Hirschfeld, what would it do? DALL-E says it violates content policy. Well, this is going to be interesting because we're going to go to a slightly different place. We're going to Night Cafe. And I have used their stuff here before in demonstration. And me, not them. Every result I get back from a prompt from Night Cafe is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. Each image you create is 1 credit. You get 5 free credits a day. I have 91 free credits pending because I have tried very hard to create something interesting on Night Cafe. Well, the new news is that Night Cafe has added DALL-E as one of their go-to places. They're using the DALL-E API to create images, which I think is great because what they have now is terrible. I have never used it because it just happened this morning. So the algorithm we're using, is DALL-E 2. Describe what you want the AI to create. And we're going to create it here. And Gordon says it should not work because this is DALL-E. But is it DALL-E or is it a night cafe? I don't know. We might go to DALL-E and see what happens. And then we're going to try it on Midjourney and see what happens on Midjourney. So we will see. Draw a Taylor Swift caricature, because Al Hirschfeld calls it a character, but nobody ever bought it, so they just loved it caricature. Right, Taylor Swift caricature in the line style of Al Hirschfeld. Right, Taylor Swift character in the line style of Al Hirschfeld. I think that's okay because I want to use the exact same prompt everywhere we go. But Midjourney likes the Al Hirschfeld first, but that's okay. We'll start with this. We want medium res. Going to charge me 1.5 credits for that, but it'll be a little bigger so I can see it. Draw a Taylor Swift character in the style. Okay, we'll see what happens. Create. Oh. You need to fix some issues. This prompt contains prohibited words. Draw a Taylor Swift character in the style of Al Hirschfeld. I don't think Al Hirschfeld is the problem. Challenge accepted and defeated. I'm a little disappointed because I was very curious to see what happened. I wonder if we misspelled her name. If that would have gone through. That's interesting. Oh, it's definitely Taylor that's the issue. That is fascinating because it seems like you can draw Brad Pitt or someone who's dead. So let me see if I can fix my issue. Now, if I'm trying to get around a ban, they're probably going to ban me, but I don't care. I'm not being banned. Oh my. And now it's going to run and create. That's just ugly. But as you can see, these are the tests. Half monster, half cat. That's what they gave me. Two cats spliced together. A raging prairie fire chasing a covered wagon. I mean, come on. This is just awful. Half monster, half Persian cat. It's a Persian cat. There's no monster. Half monster, half Persian cat. Try again. There's no monster. Terrible. Look how awful that is. Oh my God, so awful. So we have to evolve this. You're evolving a creation using an algorithm that doesn't support start images. Try changing the algorithm above to stable, coherent, or artistic. Try multiple prompt sets. Names of public figures are not allowed. That's very interesting because Brad Pitt is a public person. So let's just hop on over to my server and we'll go down to links in the live stream. And we'll try it from here. We'll see if we get in trouble here. You type imagine, and this will be in the links live stream on the Boles Discord server, so you can go see it yourself when the show is done. Taylor Swift caricature in the line style of Al Hirschfeld. Waiting to start. Now, if this goes through and it looks anything like Taylor Swift, then Midjourney wins 100%. And we're already at 2%. We must be in slow mode. No, it's in fast mode. I don't like the DALL-E censorship. I don't like it. What is a public figure? Keith Olbermann? I can't have a character drawn of Keith Olbermann. Come on now. It's ridiculous. It's looking Taylor-ish. I'm not a fan, but I know her face, and we're only at 22%. Now, is this an Al Hirschfeld cartoon? No. It doesn't know what it is. But at least it's trying. And we saw our friend, what was his name? Kent, who created the Taylor Swift caricature, and it looked fantastic. And I know he was using Midjourney because clearly it wasn't Dolly. And we're only half the way there. Now, I know there are no Ninas in here, but... And I don't know if Taylor Swift has changed her hairstyle a lot over the years, but that must be very confusing for a bot, especially when you're asking for a person. Which version of them do you want? And there are things you can say to get more headroom, to move them down, but this is just a challenge. And we're at 83%. I don't know anything about Taylor Swift, but if I saw this, I would probably say Taylor Swift if I was asked to identify the person. And it's done. And now I click and we look up close. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, see, this is cheating because it closes the eyes, because eyes are very hard for the AI to draw, along with wrists. Looks great. Now, which one do we want to upscale? It has to be either 1 or 2 because of the eyes. We'll do both of them. We'll do 1 and 2. 1, 2, and then we re-roll the whole thing. Because I would re-roll 3 times. Gordon says number 1. Okay. I would at least 3 times to try to really challenge the bot. Sometimes it's like 20. And you just have to keep re-rolling until you get the result you want. And this is all public. I'm doing this in public, so you can go to the server and look at these and use your own account, which is automatically created related to your Discord server name, and play around with it. You can add things, take away things. Version 1, version 2, version 3, you can re-roll the prompt, or you can re-roll your own. Just type /imagine and whatever you want the artwork to look like. This is 95%. Gordon says, I have a work staff meeting at 1:30. I'm going to have to go. See ya. Bye, Gordon. Oh, now they're coloring her. I like that better, too. Al Hirschfeld didn't do a lot of colored caricatures, but I think he did do a few color. So we are slowly getting there. Looking more Taylorish. I don't know what this is. This looks very sad. I would love to know where the inspiration for this one came. It's almost mullet-like. So this one is done. We are not going to upscale this one or remaster it. This one is also done. Eye looks a little weird to me, but maybe she has a weird eye. I don't know. I don't really know anything about her. And this is the finished re-roll. I'm not sure if any of these look like Taylor Swift. I don't like the closed eyes. So I don't know what that is. It's very weird looking. We'll just re-roll it. See what happens. So these AI bots are very interesting. I don't know why DALL-E is censoring famous people. I think that's a very dangerous, ridiculous thing. Because if someone wants to take a caricature that they or their artificial illustrator created and sell it, you can sell a caricature of Taylor Swift. I don't know why they're so worried about getting sued or being put in peril. Doesn't make any sense to me. Very bizarre. And you can tell the computer's a little slow because even though we're on a fast pace, we're only halfway there. And we're going to re-roll this a couple of other times. And while that's finishing, I'm just going to go back to this. See if I can get maybe a different prompt set. Dying to know if this works. Stable, coherent, style transfer. I guess we'll try this one. Oh, there it is. Ugh. I don't want any of these. I don't want any of these. Just give me a whole new prompt. Create these from the beginning. Okay. Stable. Okay, we'll try. We'll see what happens. Create. And now while that's running, we'll go back to our bot. Oh, it's done already. Do we like this better? I don't understand what's going on. Weird. But this is actually more caricaturish than what we're getting on Midjourney. So there is some sort of understanding there. Try this one. We'll try all these different styles. Go. This is the result of our re-roll. I don't know why we have our eyes closed. Because the way you get around that is you say Taylor Swift eyes. We already told her Taylor Swift. It's not helping. Oh, this one's still running. Okay. Very weird. Well, I'm hoping the eyes are going to open a little bit better. I don't know. It doesn't look like they're going to. But oh boy. I don't even know what to say. So that was coherent, I think. We'll try this final one, artistic. We'll see what happens with this one. Going back to Midjourney, the re-rolls. Looking like Taylor Swift, I guess. But the eyes closed is weird. Re-roll 1, 2, 2, and 4. Sort of interesting. At least our eyes are open. This one all closed again. I don't want any of those updated, so we'll just re-roll the whole thing and see what happens. Now we go back to our other one. This was scary. This was an interesting attempt. This was bizarre, but I like bizarre. But is it anything Al Hirschfeld? This is 50% done. Oh. Now that's looking Hirschfeldian with the line weight and the arcs. That's sort of the closest we're going to get all day. Very, very, very interesting. That's very interesting. That's the closest Hirschfeldish thing that I've ever seen so far. Can we evolve it, or does that mean I have to do something? Initial image. Just go. We'll see what happens. We're evolving it. Now back to Taylor. Still rendering. This one is fully rendered. I don't know if that looks like her or not, but I'll upscale it just in case, and we'll remaster it. I don't know if this looks like her either. The hair, I don't think was very good. This one's almost done. I think it is done now. Okay, so let's go back and look. That we don't like. This one is almost 50% done. Oh, that's looking more caricaturish now. That's better. It's better. It's sort of prettier. These are all looking fuzzy and unpretty to me. I don't even know if it's good. I'm not the expert on Taylor Swift. Our expert has gone to a meeting. Okay, did it evolve? Oh, it's still running 25%. Never mind. We'll go back and look at it later. And this one, upscaling. We did upscale this one, I guess. Okay. Now these look interesting. I think the second one looks more like Taylor than the first one. I'll updo it just for fun to see what happens. And while all of this is running, we're going to take a little break. But while I'm gone, I'm going to update this one. I'm going to see what happens. So when I come back, nice conversation. AI art results are in. We hope. Returning in a moment. And hey, we are back from break. This is Boles TV. It's BOLES.television. BOLES.tv. And it's lovely to see you. It's certainly a thrill. So we've had a lot of fun figuring out what's going on with these AI bot image generators. We feed in prompts, we give information. Sometimes we get back really strange and terrifying things. Welcome to the show. Nothing new. So this is our workaround to get a Taylor Swift caricature in a line style of Al Hirschfeld. And this is the Night Cafe bot. This is not the DALL-E bot. This is the wild and wacky abstract bot that we're using on their service. I think they have 3 or 4 different bots. And this now looks like we have Taylor Swift coming out of the head of Al Hirschfeld. So we're going to do it again. Oh yes, enhance your creation. No, we don't want enhance. We want to evolve. That's very confusing for a person like me. Enhance, evolve. Very confusing. Let's go medium resolution. So that's going to run as it evolves. Let's go back to our Discord server and see what's going on with the real Taylor Swift. The real artificial Taylor Swift. In case Miss Swift is watching. So these are all now done. It doesn't look terrible. Her hairstyle looks like something from the 70s. Maybe that's the way she wears her hair. I don't know. That looks a little like Taylor Swift, I think, on the left. The right one, the eyes are not quite right. I will updo this and re-roll. Oh, now this sort of looks like Taylor Swift from what very little I know about her. And it's even signed, fake signed by a fake artist. And I don't think it's Al Hirschfeld. Not terrible. These I think we've seen, yes. The eyes are still closed. Oh, this is still running. Oh, I guess we just started this one. Oh, we have 2 still going. Okay, so we're still going with the Taylor Swift looks. Oh my goodness, this is terrifying. Now the one on the left, I think looks Taylor Swiftish. And remember how we're spelling her name. The one on the right is absolutely terrifying. Which means we're going to updo both of them. Because that's what we do. Updo and redo. This one has been upscaled. It looks fine to me, but what do I know? Here we go. Oh, we're still at 50%. Now we see we're getting a little bit of color in the mouth. This is a very interesting process. Highly bizarre, but fun nonetheless. And if you keep hearing those little boop, 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 that is our AI art bot telling us, hey, we finished one bit of work for you. Now, come and get rid of it. Okay, I'm here. Those look cute to me. But you never really know until you update them. And reroll. Oh my goodness. I have a feeling the true Taylor Swift fan will never forgive me for upscaling this one. We all have our bad days. This one is finished. I think the face does not quite look right down here. I don't think her face is that full, but I don't know her very well. Welcome back to this. Our Night Cafe is finished. Oh, it's great that Taylor Swift is coming out of the head now. She's emerging. We have lipstick here. We have more of the face, the eyes. It's happening. And this, I think, is sort of new. So what are we going to do? We have 75 credits remaining. We're going to we're going to evolve. Thank you. Evolve. Make it as big as possible. Generate a video, runtime. Oh, a longer runtime gives you artwork more time to fully develop. You can run it longer later by using the evolve. Well, let's just extra long it. And we're going to spend 30 credits doing it because it's what we do. Do you really want to spend 30 credits for one creation? Confirmed. Now, this is probably going to take all day to go through. But what else do I have to do? Back to Taylor Swift. Hey, Taylor. Are all these done? Oh, my. It's interesting how we get these twin rerolls, and one sort of looks like her, and the other is the evil twin. I kind of like this one. I'm going to update it. This one? Taylor Swiftish? Me knowing nothing? I think it's sort of Taylor Swiftish. This one, it has a nice energy to it. I would vote that is good enough to be her. The others are still running. Let's go check on our big spend. We're at 4%. Oh my, it's going to take all day. But that's okay. So this is finished. Now she does sometimes do that with her mouth. I sort of remember seeing somewhere sometime. And I like the smoky eyes. See, sometimes you just got to keep going and rolling and re-rolling and rolling and re-rolling again. And here we go. Do we like this one? Eyes a little weird. But the mouth seems to be correct. But what do I know? Oh, here we go again. You can already see it forming. The one on the left is very beautiful. The one on the right is looking frightening. Just because it doesn't even look anything suggesting like her. Let's check on Night Cafe. Oh, we're at 13%. Oh boy, look at it. Oh, look at it go. Oh. We might have to run this one again for another 30. Because we have a lot of credits to use up. Wow, that is getting stranger and stranger. And I'm frankly a little scared. Oh, here we go. Let's see what's done and done. Okay, so this one's done. These are not terrible. This one, interesting. It's my favorite because of the eyes. But is it Taylor? I'm not expert enough to know. But I will give it a googly eye because I think it's pretty darn good. So I'm done with Taylor Swift. Now I have to go visit myself and see how this is coming along. Oh, it's getting weirder. This is our cheap creation. This is our expensive creation. Is there a change? Are we seeing any kind of improvement? Not really. I will show you my Rarible collection. I think this is me. Yeah, this is my new Rarible page. This is my exploding volcano. This is my wonderful chess man. Here are the things that I have in my wallet. Yeah. A lot of this is a collection you've seen many, many times over many centuries. And I was able to successfully hide the stuff that looks just awful that's airdropped to me that I didn't ask for. This is the one that I created today, Johan and Keith. It's a mid-journey mashup, mix-up, inspiration of Vermeer, Johan Vermeer, and Keith Haring, Johan and Keith. Love it. I just think it's fantastic. This is the Johan, the cartoon is the Keith, and the blue background is just beautifully done. I can add unlockable content. I'm selling this today for, I guess, $116. I can remove it from the site. The sale ends in 89 days. The description, AI art collaboration between me and the Midjourney. I have no bids on the Ethereum network. Refresh the metadata. Now that's something I need to do on one of these others. Now, I'm supposed to be verified on this account, but I don't think it's happened yet. Maybe it takes a while. This, we have to go in here and see if we can refresh the metadata. Click. Refreshing the metadata, because you see it's not loading, which is an unfortunate. But we try to fix it as best we can. This is a big look at my chess player avatar. Very interesting. Love it so much. Maybe we'll just go back to Rarible 2. I like it very much. I think it makes sense. You can create how it works. Do you need a job? View your profile. That's me. I'll take it. TV, Twitter. I'm supposed to be verified, but it's not verified yet. I'm not sure exactly what to do. Where do I get help for that? Help center. Okay. We'll check into that after the show. After the big show. Oh, it's still 50%. It's still extra long. Medium resolution. Yeah. Crazy. Oh, I just love it. It's getting very bizarre. And I may have to show you this on Monday. You know, we haven't done this for a while. While that's running, let's have a little bit of fun. Oh, yeah. Let's end the week. It's Friday with just a little bit of fun with chess. And not Bobby Fischer chess. No. This is much worse. It's me chess. And we are on our Chessable website as we try to figure out how to solve this revealed check or double check. And we are white to move, white to play. The object of my desire, the implements of my destruction. Oh, it's all very interesting. I can't remember how many moves this was. I think it's 4. And my timer is running out. I want a queen sacrifice because they always do. I'm running out of time. I guess I'll just sacrifice my queen. But do I sacrifice her here or here? That is the big question. I guess you want to take something off the board. Nope. They want me to go the other way. So now they force me to make the right move. Okay. Here. Here. Oh, so many decisions. They really want me to. Or all the way down here. Maybe that's what they want to do. I'm just going to move here. Oh, that was the right move. Who knew? Now we're getting interesting. We're clearing the board. That's got to be that. Has to be. Has to be. It could be that. And put the king in check with a pawn. That's very interesting, actually. But then the king would just move. This is a better move. I like this better. Oh, painful. Have I made a right move yet? I don't think so. So they want that move. Okay. Put the king in check this way. King moves. Now we go here. 50% accuracy. I could have better. I have one more. Chapter. Let's just get it over with. So painful. All right. I'm black. Black to play. Okay. Object of my desire. The implements of my destruction. Oh, I have a lot in my arsenal. But the question is, now what? Oh, they love a queen sacrifice, don't they? I really want to go here with the king and jack, but then I would just be taken. I have a feeling they want this. Yeah, they want my queen every time. And I don't ever want to do that. No, I got to move my knight. So I can get this check. I'm sure that's what they want me to do. But the question is, where do you move it? I'm running out of time. I guess I'll move it. Over there. Put the king in check. That was the right answer. I don't know why. I'm slightly frightened. Because why can't I go here with the king in check? Then I guess the king will take the knight. Here? Weird. No, can't go there. I will do that because I believe that's, yeah. Then the king takes. Okay, we're getting there. It's all part of the process. Then I think you go here to here. And it's trapped. Okay, the king can't go there. King can't go there because of this. King can't go there because of this. King can't take because of this. King can't go there because of this. That is the right answer. I have won Friday. I'm glad I finished the chapter on a high note. And the next chapter, I'm sure, is going to be very difficult, and I'm going to be very sad. But sad is part of learning. Boom, I win the game. Yay! Hard work pays off. Old Bean, you finished learning the entire chapter. You magnificent B word. Thank you. So now what? I have to go to the next chapter. Where's the next chapter? My dashboard, my daily goal. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And my next chapter is hunting the king. Oh, that sounds scary. I get to hunt the king, but I only have 20 exercises. That's going to go by very quickly. but it's something to look forward to. Let's check in on our Nightbot creation. Oh, look at this. View the creation is right. Wow. 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 And I like my own creation. Okay. And I'm going to evolve this one 1,000,000 times. Right. Spend 30 credits for one creation. Confirm. Now, that's going to take 10 minutes to run, so I'll have to show you that result next time we are together. What a wonderful show. We got so much done, talked about a lot of things. Got left some things in the cupboard, as they say. But that's okay, because Monday is a new day, Tuesday is a new day, Wednesday, every day is a new day. We just keep adding on to what we do, and we do the very best we can until we have nothing else left to share. And that will be never. If you have any questions or concerns, you can email me, david@boles.tv. Hey, if you want to join our Discord server, and we do, you can check out all of our Taylor Swift art, comment on it yourself, rerun a version. It's all there for you. And there's our Discord server link. We can't wait to see you. Hey, on Twitter, we're at David Boles. On Facebook, it's BOLES. And I hope you have a great day, a nice nap, a wonderful wake up. And when ye shall awaken, may your soul be filled with joy and artistic evolutions. Thank you. I will see you again soon.